Hi, welcome to Sincerity Podcast. And if you can see the theme back there, it's a jungle. Well, it's a jungle out there if you don't know what realtor or lender to work with, and they're just sitting on the edges of the branches waiting to pounce on you. Well, not literally speaking, but you know what? It is a jungle out there if you don't know who to work with. And my wonderful dynamic duo and I are presenting ourselves front and center to you. So you don't have to try and go through the lender realtor jungle to find somebody to work with. We're putting ourselves out there, and we're doing so because Liz Forbes is with the Money Store, and she's been in the business 30 years. Her experience, her knowledge, and oh my gosh, just the acumen involved in being able to do what she does for that long not only shows staying power, but also shows credibility and shows the decency of the person who's going to be providing your loan. She's smart with heart, just like me. And I'm Marianne Cadorna, broker owner of Sincerity Realty, a faith-based, full-service, woman-owned real estate brokerage. And 24 years in the business, and just like Liz, the amount of work and heart it takes to be in the business that long. And you can't be in the business that long if you don't treat people right. Do you agree, Liz?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Marianne, for introducing me here today. And I just want to educate and help your buyers, obtain home ownership, which is very, very, thankful and grateful for everybody that has that ability. To talk about how you can buy a home before you can sell. Have you ever heard of that before?
It's the ability to buy what you want before you sell what you got.
Exactly. So you feel comfortable, right? You can
Uh-huh.
get into the new home that you want. You can move your kids and your family, your furniture, and feel
Oh, yeah.
comfortable. And then the other house is empty and you can sell it. And you're already in your future home. So then you don't have to worry. So the program is called a bridge loan.
Oh, can I
Yeah.
just add,
And that
like
helps
a
you.
bridge over troubled waters,
Yeah.
we will
And
get you down payment.
Yeah, and it helps you get into the new home without a contingency offer, which a lot
Oh,
of people have to sell to buy,
okay.
right?
Okay.
And then the seller doesn't want to wait for you to sell your house so that you can buy his house. He just wants to.
Yeah, contingents are like stringent. They're like thumb screws, and it's like you're the whole time. So just to recap, again, this is the wonderful dynamic duo,
Mhm.
Liz Forbes with the Money Store and Marianne Cadorna with Sincerity Realty. And the dynamic duo is here to represent you. And today's theme is called The Bridge Over Troubled Low Waters.
No, buy before you sell.
The buy before you sell.
Uh-huh.
That's a wonderful thing. And then we are your bridge over those frustrating waters because
Yeah.
it
And you
does
get
take
a
time.
competitive edge by being able to make an offer without having to, sell your house first. And how the loan works is they'll go up to 75% of your value of your home that you presently have. So, for example, let's say your house was worth 700 because that's more realistic,
Okay.
700, and 75% of that is 525. And let's say you owe 300,000 on your house, so you'll have, after that's taken care of, you'll have like 225,000 for down and closing costs on the one you want to buy. And when you get the bridge loan, there's no payments on it for a year. So you
Oh
can
my
take the
gosh.
funds, down payment, closing costs, everything out of the bridge on the one you want to buy. They don't count any payment on you on the departing residence, and there's no payments for 1 year. So you list the property, have a whole year to sell it, which is more than enough time, especially in the Bay Area. It should sell, pretty
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
And you'll be in your new home before you have to move out of the other one's listed and the other one is sold. So most people really like that concept where they can find the house, move into it, move all their kids and furniture and everything, get to the right schools and all before they, put the other house on the market. So
And it
that's
does take just
the,
about that long, not to get comfortable, but just to get moved in and to take care of
Mhm.
all the details, of transferring all the utilities, transferring your kids to the school, I mean, getting everything in place. So, all right, let me create a little scenario.
Mhm.
So, Liz, I've got a seller. their house is worth $800,000 and they found a home that they love and it's $1 million. What can we do? Can they put an offer and buy that $1 million home? Can you
Oh
explain to me?
yeah.
Uh, the offer is in. It's $1 million, but they don't want to waste any time because they found this $1 million home they love and they don't want to wait the 6 months to sell their $800,000 home. How does that
Yeah.
work?
So their house is worth 800 that they're going to eventually sell. So 75% of that is 600. And let's say they owe 300 on it on the first mortgage that they have currently. So that means they have $300,000 that they can use to go for down and closing costs on the $1 million home. So we
Okay.
could do the bridge loan right away. And then their property is listed, their 800,000 house is listed. We close the bridge loan. It goes towards the down and closing on the $1 million house. And then the other house is listed, the $800,000 house. You have up to a year to pay it back. There's no payments. So you don't have to worry about payments on the one you moved out of. You're only
Okay.
going to take your payments on the one that you moved into.
Okay.
And then that one is sold. Let's say it takes 3 months to sell it. It's sold and paid off, and you're done with it.
Okay. So I'm being proactive here. So that's sold, and we used the 300,000 on the bridge loan to put down on the $1 million home.
Yeah.
But the property that's sold, so
The eight
can we
hundred
use
thousand
that?
dollar
Can we use,
property.
yeah,
Yeah.
can we use that money to refinance if we don't want the monthly payments that we have? If we want to make it smaller.
So there is no monthly payments on the one that you're moving out of. On the
Right.
yeah.
But so we're using $300,000 of our equity to get into the $1 million home.
Right, right,
Once the primary home is sold,
right.
those funds, can they be used to
Oh
refinance?
yeah. I mean, I
Okay.
did that. I did do that with a customer where he did the bridge loan. He got into the property he wanted. Then his house sold, and he had more than enough money from that one. And then we actually put it down and got him a lower rate, lower payment
Okay.
after that was all done. Yes, that can be done. Yes.
Okay, because sometimes the people don't like the payment they're paying because you only used a portion of the
Right.
equity.
Of the
Okay.
equity, correct.
They have a year to sell the property?
Yep, and no payments for that whole year.
Wow. Okay. So,
And when it sells, the bridge loan is going to be paid off, right?
okay.
And any interest that accrued against the bridge loan for the time, so let's say it takes them 6 months, there'll be 6 months worth of interest plus the balance that they owe that will be paid off out of the sale. You're going to be paying off the bridge loan out of the listed property, out of the listing when you sell it.
Okay. All right. But the question becomes, what's the primary loan on the new property? You've already have that in place.
Yeah, because that closes first, right? The primary
Okay.
loan
Okay.
on the new house closes first before the other one does. Yeah. So it's more comfortable for your customer to get into the new house right away. They don't have to make a contingent offer. And then once that's achieved, then we can go to listing the other place and having that one sold. And yes, if there's any additional proceeds after the bridge loan is paid off, they can use it on the other property, maybe so they can fix it up at will of what they feel like doing the
Okay.
property. They can add on, they can do renovations. Even when they get the money out of the bridge loan, they don't have to put all of it down on the one they're buying. They can use it for renovations or any remodeling. Maybe they want to do some of that on the old house, just to get it ready for market. So it's very creative
Yeah.
program to get your buyers into a property right away. Because the Bay Area is very competitive,
Yeah.
and sometimes there's offers like, well, we've seen it where there's been, 10, 15 offers on a house. And if you walk in there and say, well, I got to buy my house, sell my house first, they're not even going to
Yeah.
look at it.
Yeah. They don't, sellers, especially in a highly competitive market, don't like contingent. They like non-contingent, which I don't like. I my premise is why give up your rights before you exercise them, but people feel comfortable and confident enough to do that. And you have to be in that mindset to make a non-contingent offer. But not having to have a non-contingent offer because you've used this loan is really actually the best way to go in this
Yeah,
non-contingent
and
market.
and maybe explain the difference between non-contingent because that's a big word.
Yeah, non-contingent means that you are buying the home as is. Well, all homes are as is per the
Yeah.
contract, but you're buying the home, no inspections, no repairs, no nothing. You're taking it at its current state at the time that you buy it. And that means that you don't have to go through the inspection period, 17-day inspection period. You don't have to go through anything. And that non-contingent also applies to the loan, does it not?
Yes, correct. And also
Okay.
it applies too that you don't have a house to sell.
Yeah.
So yeah, when they see that you have a house to sell, then they know they're not going to close as quickly because that house has to, probably take 3 to 6 months to sell. So, and your buyer wants to get into the property as soon as possible. So the best way is to go with the bridge loan. And every situation is different because we would look at how much do they owe on the property, how much is it worth, how much can we take, for the equity for the bridge, and how that would work towards the down and the closing costs on the one they want to buy. So I would calculate that all out for them and give them examples, and you also as a realtor, so that you know what you're doing when you're walking in to make that offer. They can do it for primary and second homes too.
Liz, why don't you? I mean, this is so exciting, and people might just be, going off the deep end here, but can you please just recap the loan for us up to this point and the benefits of it? Because it sounds incredible.
Okay, great. So we have this new bridge loan financing that's available to be able to access the equity that you have in your property presently. And that will allow you to move into your new home comfortably and easily without any contingency on your offer, where the seller will most likely take that offer over someone that has to sell their house. And so what we look at is what is the value of your property, how much you owe in the house, what is the equity that's available, and then we can draw those funds towards the down and closing costs on the one you want to buy. There is no payments, so the other property would be listed, and there's no payments on it while it's being listed, as it's the departure residence and the one that the bridge loan is on. So there's no payments on the bridge loan for 12 months. And so you'll already be in your new home and comfortable with your kids and dog, and the school's picked out and resting comfortably there, while your old home is being, listed and on the market and ready to sell as soon as possible and pay off the bridge loan. You have up to 12 months, no payments, interest only is accruing against that. And it's just a more flexible way of getting a property in place and not having to worry about, people coming through your house while you're living there and it taking a while and the payments and all.
So it actually allows you to buy before you sell. It's a buy before you sell
Exactly.
scenario.
Hmm.
And the fact that you have up to 6 months to sell your primary
12
residence,
months, 12 months.
12 months. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's more than enough time.
Oh, that is more than enough time. And that's an incredible that's an incredible product that you have, and I haven't heard about it before. So you heard it here first from the dynamic duo, because we're not only smart with heart, but we're also creative. And in negotiations, I have to be creative and I have to have good human relations. And Liz, she doesn't have to be creative because her loans are creative, but she could be creative, making sure that you have all the stuff that you need. And you have to have a certain amount of I don't want to say daring, but you have to have a certain amount of caring, because you have to go through some extra steps to make sure people are in the right position. Do you agree?
Oh, yes. And I would calculate all the numbers. I would show you how the scenario would play out, go over it with you so that you're aware of, what the payments on the new house are and no payments on the old house and how it would move forward. And that way you feel comfortable with every step.
Well, so again, it's called a buy before you sell.
Mhm.
I mean, it's easier for me to comprehend it that way, a buy before you
Yes,
sell loan.
it is. It is.
And you can get up to 75% of your equity, borrow
Correct.
against it to use to finance, make an offer and finance the new home.
Mhm. Well, 12
Wow,
months
12
to
months
sell your
to
house,
sell
yeah,
your house.
with
Okay.
no payments.
With no payments. Okay. And it's interest only.
Yeah.
And the one thing we haven't covered, and there's no monthly payments on that while it's on the market,
Both
right?
listed,
Okay.
right. Hmm.
So the question is, how high does that buy before you sell loan go to?
Well, it goes to how much equity you have, but you can go up to $2 million.
Okay, that's the magic number. Equity, and
Yeah.
if you have up to $2 million in equity, you can, hey, San Francisco,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
bidding over so much that this is an incredible opportunity for you to just say, hey, I can offer this much over and, get this over with. But the real estate cycles so differently in the Bay Area, and San Francisco is up and down and up and down. But when it's up, oh my gosh, it's the stratosphere where nobody else
Yes.
can get in, but those are the big bucks, right?
You're exactly
So
right.
to be competitive in an offer, I like to make sure that you are covered. Do my due diligence, have your inspection period, have your getting your loan approved, getting in position, getting all the title and everything taken care of. However, if you're in a tight competitive market and you want to be able to buy before you sell because you don't want to lose that dream home, once you fall in love with a home, and it's really funny, we're talking
Mhm.
about big bucks, big dollars, and the numbers. But in real estate, it doesn't matter what the price of the home is. It's all emotional.
Yeah, you're
When they fall in love
exactly.
with the house, that's it. The numbers go
Uh-huh.
out the window. Let's make this happen, right? So, but in San Francisco, this would be a great product. Probably Contra Costa. I don't see that much yet happening in Solano County. Oakland, I don't see a lot of that happening in Oakland as well. But the highly competitive markets like San Francisco, Santa Clara, a little bit in Contra Costa, and then the other more expensive counties like Marin and Napa. I don't see this rush for properties, but definitely if you find your dream home in those counties, which they're beautiful counties, you don't want to pass it up. So this buy before you sell loan will help you not to moan when you find your special home.
Right, right. And there's no charge for me to calculate all the numbers and give you the examples so that you can, look at it, make sure that's what you want to do. There's no charge, 30 years of experience, and you can have the numbers and we can discuss that and see what that's the best route for you.
It is, and the best route for dear consumer, if you're watching this, which I hope you are, because we're putting in our effort to put ourselves front and center so that you can get to know us, learn about us, see our personalities. So we're very friendly, we're very knowledgeable, and we're very easy to work with. This is not about, oh, you want to work with me? Well, let me see.
No.
Let me check my schedule. No, we're here, we're down to earth. And again, it's a jungle out there if you don't know who to go with, but the dynamic duo is here for you, which is Liz Forbes at the Money Store. What's your contact information?
Oh, Liz Forbes, my phone number 510-213-1614. And you can reach me at my website too at lizforbesapplynow.com.
And Marianne Cadorna, broker owner, Sincerity Realty, a faith-based, full-service, woman-owned real estate brokerage. How about that? Faith-based, serving with godly principles, serving to do what's right for people, and making sure that the American dream is still fulfilled. And you have to have a nice team working together to do so. Um, Now I was going to ask, is there a minimum FICO score for this program?
For this particular program, yes, a 680.
Okay, well,
A
that's
680.
not
That's not
bad.
bad. No.
No,
Most
you'd think it'd
people
be
want
780,
720.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people want like 720, but 680 is about average.
Well, and I think it's because you've got to have the equity in order to get into the
Yeah.
game, right? So if you have equity, that kind of negates having such a high bar because they've got your
Right.
home.
And there's no prepayment penalty either. So
Okay.
if you sell fast or you hit the lotto and want to pay it off right away, there's no prepayment penalty.
Well, that's great. And you've seen the success in this type of loan, Liz.
Yes, I've done several of them and everybody's been happy, in the
Oh,
end once it's all done because they got their house, right?
yeah. That's the most important thing. And Seller, if you're deciding to sell, well, Marianne is here. 24 years, no tears, no jeers, just cheers, because um, I have to know what I'm doing, and I have had to do it right to still be in the business after 24 years. Do you agree, Liz? Our
Oh,
longevity in
yes.
the business?
Yes, it's great, fantastic when your borrowers are so happy that they got their loan, they got their house, they can move in, they tell their friends and family.
Yeah.
So that's the reward that we have.
And knowing that we helped another family achieve the American dream. And it's slipping through our fingers. So while the time to get in is when the getting in is good. So if you're a
Yeah.
seller and you don't want to have to wait, but you found a home, contact Marianne Cadorna at sincerityrealty@gmail.com. Call me at 628-888-9078 to get you in position. But before you do, contact Liz Forbes. Liz, your contact information again.
Liz Forbes, 510-213-1614, or my website, lizforbesapplynow.com at the money store.
And you can tell that we are swell because we're providing you this programming and this information. How do I say this? You only know what you know, and if you don't know, there are opportunities and products and services that are there that can help you get not just a leg up, but this product gives you a two leg up. You can stand on your own 2 feet with your new home while you've got 12 months to sell the other home with no payments. But it's certainly an extremely advantageous product that you have there. I mean, it's the Bay Area is getting harder and harder to own, and any advantage that you have, be it having a good negotiator like me and a great lender like Liz offering this type of loan, I think our dynamics is involved in how we do our business, and our duo is working together to make that home ownership happen for you. So, well, Liz, I guess that's it. Is there any other words of wisdom that you have to tell the buy before you sell seller?
Oh,
Contact Marianne.
I think now is the time to buy. Don't wait. Get out
Yes.
and start working on it.
Yeah.
There's no waiting time. And call me. I'll do all the numbers for you, and you'll know exactly what's going on.
And also, it is time to sell because last year and a half, it was a buyer's market and it was excruciating. It took so much longer for the homes to sell. But now it's turned into a somewhat seller's market. So, and even more so in the aggressive cities that we talked about, or counties. But now is the time because we don't know what's going to happen. They keep talking about this bubble that's going to burst, this AI bubble that's going to burst in the fall. And right now, interest rates are in both the buyer and seller's favor. And if the market hits the skids, which we hope not, but pundits are indicating that's where it's going to go, getting a loan is going to be tougher. The interest rate is going to be higher. Do you agree, Liz?
Oh yeah, if the rates go up higher, it's harder to get. So that's why you just need to start working on it right now. At least
Yeah.
you'll know where you're at and you'll have a plan of what to do.
Mhm.
So it doesn't mean that you have to do anything, but you just need me to run the numbers. I can give you a plan and we can take it from there.
Okay. And what kind of paperwork do they need to present you, to get
Um,
started?
Pay stubs, W-2s, bank statements. I would send them a whole little list of what they would need to gather together and fill out an application online. It's very easy.
Okay. And I have a saying: doubters are outers, believers are achievers. If you doubt, you're already out, but if you believe, you achieve. So if you believe if you see a home and you believe you can buy it, don't hesitate, don't wait. Get online, contact Liz, and start submitting the paperwork. Because what's the average time it takes to get pre-approval nowadays? I
I
mean,
mean,
everything's more electronic.
if I got it today, I would have it like within 24 to 48.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Before 7 to 2 weeks, 7 days to
Yeah,
two weeks.
no, it's like 48 hours at the most, and then you can start shopping for the home, and I can do the pre-approval letter, and Marianne will get the contract rolling,
Yeah.
and you put in a competitive offer, not subject to the sale of your home, and you'll be in it before you know it.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the dynamic duo is here tonight. All you have to do is call us, you know.
Yeah.
No, we're not here just to entertain you, but we're here to educate you and support you and get you into the home. And this buy before you sell has many stories to tell for the Bay Area. So thank you, Liz. I appreciate
Okay.
it. And one more time, dear, because as we're talking, people aren't going to be listening too much to what's your contact information, but reminding them at the end your contact information, dear.
You can reach me on my cell, 510-213-1614, or my website is lizforbessupplynow.com.
And Marianne Cadorna at sincerityrealty@gmail.com, 628-888-9078. And if you have friends and family, neighbors, coworkers that could take advantage of this loan, please give Liz a call. And most importantly, give me a call so I can list your home for you and get it sold. Okay? Right away.
Right.
Thank you, Liz. Take care.
Thank you, Marianne.
Thank you. Bye-bye.